Manuel Pardo. The real Dexter?
The one nicknamed the real Dexter is a serial killer who was also a cop in Miami. He would have killed 9 drug traffickers in 1986.
Just like Dexter, who is a forensic scientist by day but a serial killer at night, Manuel Pardo killed for, as he thought, the welfare of humanity. He even explains that his victims were parasites and leeches. They had no right to live. Someone had to kill these people. Pardo claimed he was a soldier in the battle against illicit drugs, even though he was a cocaine addict himself.
I enjoy what I was doing. I enjoy shooting them. They are parasites and they're leeches, and they have no right to be alive. Somebody had to kill these people. I send their soul to the eternal fires of damnation of hell for the misery they caused.
I killed each and every one of these individuals because they were drug dealers. And these to me were not human beings. These were people that live off the misery of other people. They're parasites and they're leeches. And they have no right to be alive.
Former New York serviceman Manny, as he is nicknamed by the media, was born in New York. According to USA Today, Pardo was a former Boy Scout and Navy veteran who began his career in the 1970s with the Florida Highway Patrol.
He was fired in 1979 for having falsified tickets, but also for offering some women to cancel tickets if they agreed to have a date with him.
He was soon hired by the Sweetwater Police Department in a small town in Miami-Dade County. He allegedly even saved a young boy by giving him mouth to mouth and was rewarded for it. He would have been a wise child and reputed to be nice. In 1981, Pardo was indicted by the Attorney General along with 3 other colleagues for a series of cases of police brutality.
He was fired from the police a little later for false testimony to help a colleague.
In fact, he had gone to the Bahamas to testify on behalf of a fellow police officer accused of drug trafficking. He introduced himself as an international narcotics agent who worked with the accused undercover. Dexter and Pardo are different, though. Dexter keeps drops of blood and cuts up the bodies before wrapping and throwing them away, while Pardo took pictures before burning the bodies and kept a few newspapers articles mentioning his misdeeds, which will betray him with the fact that he used credit cards stolen from victims and that he accidentally shot himself in the foot in the recent murders. Pardo says that after killing his victim, he took photos of them to capture their spirits and burned the photo in a special ashtray, court records show.
This father began his murders in January 1986. He then joined forces with Rolando Garcia, a worker he met thanks to his brother-in-law.
The first 2 victims are Mario Amador, 33, a civil engineer who also sells drugs, and his accomplice Roberto Alfonso, 28. Pardo and Garcia at the time worked for Ramon Alvero, known as El Negro, a drug dealer. So they went to Mario's residence with Pardo, carrying a briefcase containing no money but a .22 caliber semi-automatic pistol equipped with a silencer.
While Mario Amador was busy with the cocaine, Pardo pulled out his pistol and shot both Amador and Roberto in the head and torso. They then killed Michael Millo, a gunsmith who had provided Pardo with several silencers.
It seems that Pardo would have learned that Millo was apparently an informant of the federal government. He would then have been worried about being denounced. Pardo and Garcia therefore lured Millo into the vehicle and allegedly shot him down with a ball in the head. Then on February 27, 1986, Pardo and Garcia would have been sent by their boss to pick up 3 kilos of cocaine to Luis Robledo and his accomplice Upiano Ledo. They were killed by multiple shots in the head and torso. Then on April 22, 1986, followed Sarah Musa, 30, and Farah Quintero, 28, with whom Pardo and Garcia quarreled because Pardo and Garcia were angry with the girls because they had no bought VCRs with the bank card of with Robledo, the victim of one of their murders, but also for a story of a pawn shop. The next day, April 23, 1986, Pardo and Garcia finally killed their boss Ramon Alvero, aka El Negro, and his girlfriend Daisy Ricard because he had failed to secure 2 large cocaine contracts that Pardo was counting on.
He would have shot Alvero several times, then on Daisy when his gun stuck. Then he would have unlocked it by hitting with on Daisy's head. That's all. He shot himself in the foot by accident.
Police reportedly found a collection of Nazi memorabilia in his apartment. A great fan of Hitler, he even had a swastika tattooed on his dog's paw. He admitted that he killed all 9 victims, but claims that the 9 victims were drug traffickers who had no right to live and that he was doing society a favor. In his letter, he offered no apology to the families of his victims.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want you to take this case at face value. Apparently you missed, in my opinion, the motive behind what I did. So be it. You found me guilty, fine. But I'm begging you to allow me to have a glorious ending to this and not condemn me to some state institution for the rest of my life. That to me would be a degradation. I'm not a criminal, I am a soldier, and as a soldier, I asked to be given the death penalty.
In March 1996, the Miami Herald will explain that Pardo, using the nickname Death Row Romeo, had published advertisements in the newspaper to attract women,
manipulating them into sending money in exchange for his love, highlighting his career as a police officer. The Miami Herald will explain that Pardo's loot amounted to $3,530 in his prison canteen account, but having done nothing illegal, Pardo was never worried about. The ad read, ex-cop, Vietnam veteran, took law into own hands and ended up on death row. In his letters from sensitive understanding formal for a real honest relationship. Manuel Pardo was executed on Thursday, December 11, 2012 by lethal injection at the age of 56. He was pronounced dead at 7:47 p.m. His last words were a tribute to the army when he declared airborne forever, as well as a salute for his daughter, "I love you, Michi baby."
Pardo also spoke of his love of the sports, devoting one of the 3 paragraphs of his last letter to baseball, football, and bullfighting.
Pardo wrote,
On a lighter note, as a New Yorker and lawyer fan, I was happy to see my Yankees and Giants win so many championships in my life.
He said it was a lifelong dream to see Spain win the World Cup and urged the Spanish government never to stop bullfights because they are part of our culture and our heritage. Pardo also wrote a final statement in which he claimed to have never killed any woman but accepted full responsibility for the murder of 6 men. He wrote on December 11, a few hours before his execution.
I never hurt this free woman or any woman. I don't want this to weigh on my head, especially this last few minutes of life, because my war was against the men who trafficked narcotics and no one else.
Pardo ate a last meal consisting of rice, kidney beans, roast pork, plantains, avocado, tomatoes, and olive oil. For dessert, you have eat pumpkin pie and drunk eggnog and Cuban coffee. Under Department of Correction rules, meal ingredients must cost $40 or less, be available on site, and prepared in the prison kitchen. Small reference in season 3 of Dexter, the prosecutor, Miguel Pardo, has almost the same first name as Manuel Pardo. Hope you liked this video. Feel free to subscribe. Bye bye! See you soon in your nightmare!